My name's Neil Ticktin. I'm the editor-in-chief and publisher of MacTech Magazine. We're here this week in San Francisco with TUAW interviewing developers about the Apple announcements at the Worldwide Developer Conference in 2012, as well as to see not just their favorite parts, but how it impacts them, and to hear what they're doing great about their products and services. I am here now with Matthew Vroom from Henge. He's the CEO and founder. First of all, thank you for joining us.
Hey, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Not a problem. Henge is a relatively new company. Why don't we talk a little bit about what you guys are doing?
So we launched in 2010, April, so we're about 2 years old now, just a little older than that. And we make docking stations for Apple notebook computers. And when we launched, one of only like 2 main players, and we took a little bit of different spin. So we dock your MacBooks vertically, if you haven't seen our products around. And we use it allow you to use your computer with an external display, sort of as a desktop setup, or as part of a home theater system. And we've seen a lot of traction there. So we've released some ancillary products like the Click, which takes Apple's keyboard and trackpad and puts them together and really plays to that home theater market.
Okay. Cool. And so, one of the neat things, if you haven't seen these products, they're kind of this shape in there, and you drop the edge of the MacBook. Right into it. Which units are you supporting at this point?
So right now we support Apple's entire product line, so including the MacBook Airs. Now everyone knows the MacBook Airs have ports on both sides, so that's been an interesting thing to deal with. But the nice thing is that Apple's MagSafe connector is proprietary, and it's magnetic and really easy to put in. So we put that in on top. The announcements over the last few days have been really exciting because Apple's now switched to a dual-sided port layout, but they put the display and the Thunderbolts and the power, as well as a USB 3 and an audio jack all on one side. Right. So that's really, every time Apple does a form factor update, we hold our breath. Exactly, and there's something, what are they going to change with? So something that's funny kind of happened when we launched. This is like typical with startups. In the software space, it's not nearly as bad, but with hardware, you have lead times to deal with. Right. So when we first went to launch the product in April of 2010, Apple changed their port layouts on all of their computers within weeks of us making the announcement. So we had a mad dash to keep updates. So ever since that happened, we've always been a little bit afraid of the form factor adjustments. But we're excited about the new computers. They're going to be amazing. And with a lot of people using them in the desktop environment and things like that, you can close it, drop it in vertically, and just run it like you've got a quad-core or 8-core, 12-core Mac Pro now.
Right. Well, in fact, that's exactly what I do, and run a MacBook Pro as my primary machine. I mean, it's a very souped-up MacBook Pro. Yeah. In fact, what I do is I use it with a 27-inch iMac as my display.
So you're just target display into the iMac?
Yeah, so target display into the iMac, and then I can run, call it background tasks, if you will, on the iMac, and then just do the I think it's Command F2 or something like that.
Just flip
and
right
it flips
over.
back and forth between the two. So I get one setup and have a trackpad and a keyboard, all into a single unit, like what you were talking about in there, and it's very easy to grab it and to move it around. So it works out really well for me because
and that's great for being able to use background tasks, being able to use 2 machines.
Yeah, because and actually sometimes I won't even flip the monitor to it. I'll just use Apple Remote Desktop or something along those lines, just to go right into
on a local network.
machine.
It's fantastic.
Yeah,
being able to pop in.
It's not even a local network. Well, I guess technically it is a local network in it because I'm going from one machine to the other machine, in there. But from my point of view, it's the same machine. But it's interesting how that works out. It works out really well. So what was your everybody's favorite announcement was the MacBook Pro with the Retina display. So you're not allowed to answer that one.
Right.
Okay. Other than that, what was your favorite announcement that you saw?
So personally, I'm really excited about the features in iOS 6 that allow you to block calls at certain times.
Okay.
Google Voice has had that for a while, where you can say "Don't disturb me" at certain hours and let certain numbers through.
Right.
Since I moved from the East Coast to the West Coast recently,
got a little time zone issue going on there.
Well, yeah, and I don't know if telemarketers know what time zone you're in, or they expect to call you first thing in the morning,
or if they care.
Yeah, or if they care, but. I don't remember until I moved out to the West Coast that getting phone calls at 4 and 3 a.m. It was always like 7, 8, 9 a.m.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to that feature. It's going to be fantastic. Can't wait to bump some calls to voicemail right away.
Yeah, I can imagine. As somebody that travels a fair amount, I have the same issue as I change zones and people don't necessarily even know where I am necessarily. But So and then of the announcements that they made, what challenges do you see, or what things are you excited about from the company point of view?
we're just keeping pace with the new MacBooks. We've got one coming in here in a couple days, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what those hold. And then in terms of our future product development, we try to run a lot of things simultaneously, even though we release very few products a year. That way we can pick and choose, because you don't have the ability to iterate like you do in software. With hardware, once things are out in the market, you have lead times to deal with.
Right.
So we try to do all the iteration on our end, where we can build everything in the computers and order tons of prototypes of different things. So we're looking forward to getting our hands on a lot of the new computers as well as the new MagSafe adapters and see what we can do with them.
Wow,
So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Cool. Well, thank you for joining us and either stopping by.
Thank
It's
you.
always good to see about new products and developers, as they're coming along here. So I'm glad to hear that Henge Docs is doing well.
Yeah, absolutely.
My name's Neil Ticktin. These are the TUAW MacTech Magazine interviews of developers at the Worldwide Developer Conference in 2012. Thanks for watching.